Okay, we're back, and that was this edition of the cheap seats, which Boot of Doom, um, Gullet Blub. That's all I got.
Gullet Blub is my favorite.
Heel section 119.
I want a
Gullet
shirt.
Blub.
I want a shirt that says Gullet Blub. With hashtag heel section 119.
We're gonna make it happen.
It's literally gonna be a blob with a mullet, and it's gonna be marvelous.
I love it.
I am dead set on that. It's gonna be fantastic. And it's gonna be one of those like authentic rock and roll mullets. Like,
fuck yeah,
it's gonna be like beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be like Joe Elliott fucking circa 1987 mullet.
Yes.
And you know what? I literally right now I have a freaking poster photo from Hit Parader, which I used to get all the time. It is from 2004, and it is a photo from like the 80s, early 90s of Joe Elliott, and it's got the perfect mullet. Love it.
Perfect.
Yes.
I love it. Business in the front and party in the back. All right, so we're going to get into our predictions for this delightful pay-per-view.
I predict that nobody's going to give a shit about the pre-show. And that might be personal.
I predict that you are accurate.
My magic crystal ball says nobody gives a crap about Ryback.
Ryback needs to go.
Honestly,
the big guy.
I kind of do agree with his booking of what Will had said. Ryback's probably
me too. Up. Oh, no doubt. Because according to Jerry Lawler, the idea of a Mexican holding that title is sacrilege. I still can't believe he said that.
I can't either.
I still can't believe he said that.
Like, I believe it, but I don't believe it.
Right?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure Ryback's just going to pick it up, and then it's going to get into some sort of storyline, because Kalisto hasn't done anything. Like, the entire fucking duration has just been him on pre-shows and main event.
I honestly feel bad for that kid, because Kalisto can go. Like, that motherfucker is talented as all get the hell out. And he's finally got a singles title. It's fantastic. And it's gone. Like, it's just... it's really sad, like I believe Will said, to see the U.S. title as a pre-show title.
Yep.
But, yeah, I also have to agree that Ryback's going to pick up. There's no way they're going to have him lose twice. Like, no.
Unless they're going to do
something that's just logical.
With it. And you know they're not.
And you know they're not. That nobody gives a flying monkey fuck about the pre-show. So
yeah, basically, they're just settling in with snacks.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So,
Vince McMahon to decide. Yada yada yada. We know.
Who gives a shit?
We know what we think is going to happen. Women's Championship: Charlotte and Natalya.
What do you think?
Well, obviously, it's, Rick is going to be in Charlotte's corner. Bret Hart is going to be in Natalya's corner, which I need to, interject a little bit of candor here. I hate the fact that it's always Bret.
Yeah, it's never her father.
Okay. Bret is not her dad. And honestly, the Anvil doesn't get nearly enough credit as it is. Yes, Bret Hart is a fucking icon. I have grown up loving that man. He is one of the few that I am still, Bret Hart can do no wrong in my eyes. And that's literally me being that 6-year-old girl who was obsessed with the Hart Foundation.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Recently Bret Hart kind of opened a can of worms by saying, he hasn't seen Triple H do anything genius, and then he started referring to stuff on the main roster, which Triple H has literally nothing to do with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know you had a stroke, but I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate to see. And it goes back to the whole, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Well, if he hates it so much, then he should probably not take jobs with them anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, there's a lot of outside factors that I think are not necessary for this match.
Yeah.
I think Rick and Brett should just not be anywhere around. Focus on the fucking women, because now this match is like, oh, it's Ric Flair and Bret Hart. Oh, and the girls are going to wrestle too. No. It is Charlotte versus Natalya. I think Charlotte's going to retain. I honestly think that it is going to be some sort of outside interference that makes it happen. I don't know if it's going to be a change for Charlotte or if it's going to be like, cheating or whatever, but I do think Charlotte is going to retain because I can't see why they would put the title on Natalya. Other than the Total Divas thing.
Honestly, I predict that Natty might win. I mean, it's a lofty idea, but why would you overhype it with Bret Hart and all this other shit going into it and not have her win? I mean, in a sense, I can understand if, like, maybe Natty wins, but she doesn't actually get the title, or maybe she does get the title, but in my mind, I think they have pretty much pushed it too much to where Natty is going to win. And a part of me, like, desperately hopes that in a byproduct of this match, that Rick fucks up so royally that Charlotte just kicks him to the curb. Because it kind of, they've been setting it up so kind of like something's going to happen somewhere along the line, starting with the Dr. Phil shit.
Yeah.
So
I could see that.
I think Natty's going to win whether she gets the title or not.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin.
We're the winners.
We are the winners. I think Baron's going over. There's no reason why he shouldn't.
Yep.
Other than the fact that, Ziggler is an amazing worker and he doesn't get anywhere near the recognition he deserves ever. Baron is too hyped not to win. And it kind of goes back to what you were saying with Natty. Like, that makes a lot of sense. But I honestly think that Corbin is kind of almost cemented as trying to be pushed as one of the, like, top big men. And he's going to walk all over Ziggler. It's gonna be hard to watch.
I hope that at the very least, because I agree Corbin's going to go over in that match, but it's my hope that they don't have it like some sort of massive brawl / squash match. I want to see him actually put on a full-length match instead of doing like his 15-second routine. We saw him put on some pretty great matches in NXT, actually.
Yeah.
So we know that he can wrestle. It's just a matter of them having him booked that way.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be amazing for him as a competitor, and it would further his, in-ring growth as well.
Uh-huh.
You can only have somebody do so many squash matches before they're just not taken seriously. See the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was fucking swatting guys left, right, and center, and nobody gives a fuck. Corbin has all of the tools that he needs to be a top heel, but moreover, he has all the tools he needs to be a top heel who is a big guy.
Yep.
And they don't have that really. Like, they don't have any of these like intimidating big guys that could probably put you through the cement if you look at them wrong. Corbin could literally do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Corbin's going over. There's no reason that he shouldn't. Again, other than the fact that Ziggler works his ass off and gets nothing in response.
Unless they're going somewhere with this, but I doubt they are.
I mean, if they're going somewhere with it and they put Ziggler over to like further something, that would be dope. It really, really would. Because I think Ziggler as a worker makes people better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of the reason that might be why they have Corbin working with him right now. Because Corbin has all the tools. He just has to, learn how to utilize them.
Exactly.
And that's why when people are like, oh, Baron Corbin can't wrestle. Do you watch NXT? Like, do you watch anything? Like, this kid can wrestle. This kid can go. You just don't like him because he's a bad guy. Quit being so fucking narrow. So the number one contender match for the tag team championships.
How you doing?
We have Enzo and Big Cass versus the Vaudevillains, which gives me so much joy.
Yeah, I am the most excited for that match.
I think that's going to be match of the night.
Probably.
And that's just because, like, we know that, you know, Cass and Enzo and the Vaudevillains know each other very well. So they've obviously worked together fairly extensively. I've seen them both tagged up and, you know, not and like against each other. Like, I love the chemistry between these two teams, and I honestly think that this is going to be just unadulterated, beautiful tag team wrestling, and it's going to be magnificent. The fans are the winners. That is the end.
Pretty much. I mean, to book a winner, I would have to say the Vaudevillains, and it's exactly for the reasons that Will had said.
Honestly, I agree with that, because I think that if Enzo and Cass are going to win those titles, they're going to win them on a bigger stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because it's a testament, because they are so over that you're going to want that big fight feel. You're going to want that like big moment. So I could see maybe SummerSlam. I could see, you know, Royal Rumble. Like, you want it to be at one of the big shows, so they get that pop is going to be nuts when they finally win those.
Especially considering the fact that they were in NXT for like the longest time. They were the longest tag team there, and they got nothing.
Exactly.
So it would just be a very, very like poetic justice for them to get the tag team titles on a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, for sure. The Intercontinental Championship match, The Miz with Maurice and Cesaro.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh, friggin' wee, dude. I think the winner of that match is going to be Maurice.
I think the winner of that match is going to be The Miz, because he gets to go home with Maurice.
I am jealous. I absolutely love Maurice. And, you know, I'm going to take the obligatory couple of seconds to be like, I am so glad she's back.
Me too.
I adore Maurice. So seeing her back on WWE television gives me so much joy.
But you know what I love, though? She's so much more funny and versatile now than she was before, because she's so over the top. They gave her an actual gimmick and character, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, the thing with Maurice is she, as a person of French Canadian descent, I can tell you that French Canadians are very dramatic.
This is true. I am one of them.
I love that they have her as this like arrogant, like just over the top, dramatic, crazy bitch. And it's beautiful, because I think if anybody can pull off that type of a character, it is Maurice.
Indeed.
And she's doing so very well. I am so pumped to have her back. And I do hope that we get to see her in the ring again, because that was the one thing about Maurice that was so special, is she was such a good heel, but she also had the ability in the ring. Like, she tried and she worked her butt off, and she was really
a very good worker.
She was a damn good worker, and some of her like matches with Michelle McCool were just stellar. Like, they were fantastic. And you know, she's done a lot of great things, but I would love to see her against the likes of like Charlotte. I would love to see her against like Becky Lynch. I'd even love to see her like mix it up with Sasha, because you'd have two big personalities just character wise, and then, you know, Sasha's just going to make her a better worker anyway. So obviously this is not about Maurice. We totally just got sidetracked on Maurice, but I think the cutest take the title from after such a short period, after like. And it goes honestly to what Will said, like, it's discrediting the Intercontinental Championship with these short title reigns. And it would